Hello, welcome to the video. Today we've got not only one Long Beach Blue M2 comp, but another. So this one belongs to Car Mad Dad. Hello, say hello. Hey. He also does YouTube, so I'm going to link him all down below. Follow him on Instagram, the usual. Go check his channel out. He also does a lot of videos on his Long Beach Blue M2 comp, so if you want to see two, because I can't upload that often, you got more content to watch. As you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be filming a comparison video with my stock M2 comp. I haven't done anything to it, to Dale's Remus Resback Race exhaust. That's a mouthful. So basically we're comparing the two. So it's a Remus Race resonator back, so resonator's still there, OPF is still there, cat is still there, everything else is untouched. And he's also got a load of other mods that we'll do a little walk around and show you guys. So I'll stop talking, do some rev battles, drive-bys, etc. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, the usual. I'll see you later in the next video. Sport Plus startup.
Sport Plus start.
Yep. Full loud. That's really loud. That's not even the mid pipe. Alright, Sport Plus startup on the stock M2. It's still loud from the back, but that's a lot louder.
Yeah, it's not quite.
Sport Plus on both.
Respectable.
So Asbo.
It's respectable.
It's so
See, when you hear
antisocial.
that, you think, why change it?
Yeah, I know. But then you always want more.
From a drive-by perspective, it's not a huge amount of difference in that for me. Sounds very good. The stock on the M2, so I'll just give you a quick comparison of visual. So we've got differences or whatever works for you.
Okay, cool. Right, we'll start off with, first of all, no front plate. Looks way more aggressive. You're gonna need to get that replaced at some point, mate, but it looks more aggressive than the normal plate, but I wish we were in America. I'm very, very jealous. But anyway, talk us through what you've done with the car.
Okay, so from stock, I mean, first point I would make, you talk about your car being stock as if that's a bad thing. These cars are great out of the box. So in my opinion, that's no bad thing right there. You know, if you want to go tinker and play with your toys, then that's cool, and that's what I've done here. But I wouldn't look at a stock M2 and think anything derogatory about it, far from it.
Trying to make me feel better.
So yeah, no, not at all. So obviously no front plate. I know that sounds really silly, but if you order one of these from the factory, just have a nice conversation with your dealer. Don't drill the front plate. If Will wants to take his front plate out now, that's more of a job than just taking it off. So sounds silly, little touch. So changes wise, nothing out of the box until you get to suspension. I'm on winters just for another day.
Yeah, spotted those.
Yeah, the PS4S's are going on tomorrow. Underneath, you can't see it very well, but there's Öhlins dual valve coilovers.
Nice.
In the back, so a bit of Swedish gold.
Yep.
The sort of stuff, if you haven't heard of Öhlins before, you'll find them at Koenigsegg, Singapore, those sorts of places. So those boys are not messing around. They've got some great world titles to their names, but they're in here and they're phenomenal. They're the best thing I've done to the car.
Arch gap looks a lot better.
Arch gap is nice on the front again, so I've tinkered with the geometry. Matt Suspension Secrets and the guys there have really helped sort of transform just the general setup of the car from stock as well, and just dial out some of that negative camber to avoid understeer, and just sit the car flat from point A, which is quality.
Quickly show that arch gap versus this one over here. Look at that. I'm just embarrassed when I walk towards the car.
It's noticeable.
It's the first thing I see.
Yeah, it is noticeable.
But you had IBACs before this?
Yeah, I ran IBACs from Motec, and again, they were great. Arguably, I think they're a better daily driver setup. So these things are phenomenal, but they're the car's firmer. And you can dial it. I'm pretty much at race setup at the moment, so you can dial that down a bit, but it's definitely a firmer setup.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me. Internally, there's a Royal steering wheel, Alcantara. Highly recommend those guys. Really good value for what you get. If you look after the Alcantara, it'll last a long time.
Yep.
And then I had it coded, so there's full screen Apple CarPlay. Took out the top limit speed. We took out the active sound. Sort of seatbelt beeps. Not that I condone not driving around your seatbelt, but you know, it's like if you're moving the car around the drive or something, you just don't want to be beeped at all the time. LED running lights daytime on the back as well.
Yep.
So if you run your side lights on these, only the fronts are on, but actually on this now the backs are on all the time in auto. And that was about it internally, nothing major. It's quite high spec inside, but nothing internally from there. And then the back, what we're here for today is to talk about the Remus exhaust. This one was installed at Motec. It's got their exclusive black gloss tips, which I'm a huge fan of, big fan of.
Dan's got these as well.
It's not the OPF delete, so it's not the next stage. This is just the race box. I tracked this car.
You've got you've got the mid pipe as well, haven't you?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I have not got the mid pipe. So although people,
I was wrong.
Yeah, people assume that you have, because it's quite loud anyway. I do track it, and a lot of these places have noise limits. This runs at about 104 decibels everywhere it's been tested, which makes it quite hard to get in on a track day anyway if they're strict. So I didn't want to go any louder, just in case I avoided that. And you'll hear it anyway. It's not exactly quiet from the off. And I don't have.
I'll give my impressions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I run it. I've got neighbours, so you start it. It's already loud. Don't want to be sort of too anti-social.
When I filmed with Dan, he just had his done. So they say it needs to run in a little bit for the exhaust to bed.
Yeah,
so I imagine it's probably louder than since the last time I heard.
Yeah, I was going to say this one's done a good 6,000 miles. So it's definitely got a little bit louder as everything's got set up. But yeah, so that's pretty much
it. Yeah, no ugly muffler.
No, that's gone.
Very jealous. Cool.
Does make a big difference from the back.
Yeah.
You don't think it's that bad until it's gone.
Until you drive behind one. Yeah. Silver alloys as well. This is a lot of people I know with Long Beach Blue M2s have the grey ones. It's quite nice to see silver, just like mine.
Yes, I'm a big fan of silver alloys, especially off a car like this where the colour pops anyway.
Yep.
You know, nothing worse than a dull alloy on a mega bright car. It's like having a bright orange McLaren with black wheels. For me, subjective.
Personal opinion,
I think you should be shouted. If it's a nice colour, let the alloys pop with it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Sure. Cool. Well, let's get revving.